Today is February 29th, and it's actually cold today. We've had the warmest February on record. Today, cold day actually, it's 9 degrees below what it normally is for today's date. But so far, all February, it's been anywhere from 5 to 25 degrees above normal. I insulate these older homes. This February, so here in Rochester, we should have like 2 or 3 feet of snow on the ground, and it should be much colder, much windier than it has been this winter. I was talking with a friend of mine earlier today, and she was saying that they're predicting, nobody knows what the weather is in Rochester, but it could go well up over 100, possibly 110 degrees this summer. Possibly because we've had such a warm December, February, warmest December and the warmest February on record. And if we're heading in that same direction, you need to insulate your house before the end of spring. I want to be insulating your house before it gets extremely hot. Do blown-in cellulose insulation in these older homes. We insulated this little mansion on the corner here years ago, about 4 years ago. We put 2.5 tons of insulation in that attic and sidewalls of that house. And the customer is literally saving thousands of dollars a year. Insulated the attic of this house next door, the attic and walls of the house here where I live in. And these old houses weren't built with any insulation in them at all. So if you have an older home that was built before the 1940s, there's no insulation in them at all. If they were built in the late 40s, 50s, early 60s, they probably have a little bit of insulation in the walls and maybe 3 inches in the attic at most, but the builders were not required to insulate back in the day. In 1963, they required that the builders put 1.5 inches of insulation in the walls and 3 inches up in the attic space, which is kind of like having a t-shirt on a cold winter's day. So anyway, if your house is under insulated or not insulated at all, I can save you hundreds, perhaps thousands of dollars a year on your gas and electric bills. Free estimates in the Rochester, Monroe County area. Be glad to give you a free estimate and save you a lot of energy. And the insulation can also soundproof your house too. Free estimates, 721-5858.